Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into GPT-5.
The latest and greatest, supposedly.
Exactly. Launched August 7th, 2025. OpenAI is calling it a unified intelligence. Big words.
Very big words. Advanced reasoning, multimodal stuff, all rolled into one.
Right. So our mission here is to, cut through the hype. What does it actually do?
Look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the real-world limitations.
And figure out what it means for you, listening in, trying to navigate this AI stuff. We've got the official announcements, reviews, user feedback.
A whole picture, hopefully.
So OpenAI really pushed this idea, didn't they? That GPT-5 is like having a PhD expert in your pocket for anything.
Yeah, that was the pitch. An expert in anything.
So where they say it really shines, what are the key improvements?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is this focus on unified intelligence and adaptive reasoning.
Okay, what does that actually translate to? Is it just marketing?
It seems not entirely. It means the model apparently switches modes automatically. There's fast thinking for quick answers.
Like for simple stuff?
Right. And then deep thinking, where it, puts more computational effort into complex logic, multi-step problems.
Ah, okay. And that pulls in tech from older models, like O1 and O3.
Exactly. Integrating advancements from those research models focused on efficiency and better reasoning.
And the benchmarks, do they back this up?
They're pointing to things like GPQA Diamond. That's a tough benchmark for scientific reasoning.
Right.
GPT-5 with Python got 87.3% accuracy. The Pro version hit 89.4%.
That's pretty high.
It is. And just engaging that thinking mode alone, they say, boosted accuracy on those problems from about 78% to almost 86%.
So it really does make a difference for complex tasks.
That's the claim. For you, the learner, it means it could be a serious tool for tackling tough academic or research questions.
That sounds incredibly powerful, but, my mind immediately goes to hallucinations. The AI making stuff up.
Always the big question.
Have they actually fixed it? Or is it just better? What's the deal for trusting the output?
They're reporting a significant reduction, claiming it's, quote, by far our most reliable, most factual model ever.
Okay, strong words again. Do they give numbers?
They do. They cite a hallucination rate of 0.7% for GPT-5.
0.7%.
Yeah, compared to 4.5% for the O3 model.
Wow. Okay. That is a big difference, if accurate.
It makes it much more dependable, supposedly, and this apparently extends to being less deceptive, too.
Less deceptive. How so?
Well, less likely to just make things up to please you, maybe, and also less likely to just refuse a prompt.
Oh, right. Sometimes they just say, I can't do that.
Yeah. Instead, it might point you towards ethical guidelines or legal resources, and they say it understands user intent better.
So still not perfect, probably, but a definite step up in reliability.
That seems to be the message. Unprecedented reliability, they'd say.
Okay. And beyond just text, what about multimodal? We hear that word all the time.
Right? How versatile is it? That's key.
What's new there?
Well, there's an enhanced voice mode and better visual processing. Sam Altman's even hinted at, speech in, speech out, eventually.
Like a true conversation.
Yeah, and even video down the line. But the voice mode is interesting now, especially for accessibility.
How so?
The model can actually adapt its tone and speech style based on instructions. So, for example, it could slow down its speech if you have a hearing impairment.
Oh, that's actually really useful, making it more accessible.
Definitely. And that voice mode is apparently available to everyone now, even free users. Paid users get almost unlimited access.
So talking to it becomes much more natural.
That's the goal, I think. A big shift in how we interact with it.
Okay, but let's step back from the benchmarks for a sec. Because the real buzz, the loudest noise it seems, is around coding.
Ah, yes. Coding.
We're seeing these huge claims. Best coding model, exceptional at software engineering. What does that actually mean on the ground for developers?
Well, it definitely reflects where OpenAI put a lot of effort. It excels at what they call agentic coding tasks.
Agentic, like an agent.
Kind of, yeah. Think of it like it can act more autonomously. It doesn't just answer one prompt. It can take a complex goal like, build me this app.
Okay.
Break it down, figure out what tools it needs, a compiler, a debugger, maybe search online, and then work on it for minutes, sometimes longer.
Wow. So it manages the whole process.
To a degree. It can apparently one-shot fairly complex apps, find tricky bugs in huge code bases.
Debugging, too. That's huge.
Yeah, and even build a project, see an error, and feed that error back to itself to fix its own code.
That's almost scary smart. What kind of things has it built?
We've seen demos like functional 3D castle games, complex financial dashboards, even travel applets that use real destinations.
Okay, those are not trivial examples.
Not at all. And it seems particularly good at front-end work, making things look nice, visualizations.
So it's really moving past just writing snippets to like actually building things.
That's the idea. More like a junior developer partner, maybe.
How's this hitting the real world then? Is it just demos or?
Well, Microsoft's already put it into GitHub Copilot.
Ah, okay. So it's out there.
Oh yeah. And into Microsoft 365, Azure.
Mm-hmm.
It's landing right in the workflow for millions of developers.
And this vibe coding thing, what's that?
That's kind of a cool idea. You give it a prompt, and instead of just one output, it generates multiple variations of an app.
Oh, like different styles or approaches.
Exactly. And you pick the vibe you like best. It's about efficiency, exploring options quickly.
That makes sense. Because developers don't just write code all day.
Right. Some studies say it's like only 9% of their time is writing new code. The rest is reviews, fixing bugs.
Areas where this could really speed things up.
Potentially, yeah. Streamline those processes significantly.
Okay, that does sound revolutionary for developers. Especially with the Copilot integration.
Yeah.
But there are always buts.
Always.
With powerful tools come, caveats.
Uh-huh.
Are there signs of where this amazing coding ability might fall short or cause new problems?
Indeed. So while it can generate these impressive apps quickly, some reports say the applets it creates are sometimes not very durable.
Meaning they break easily. Yeah, or they're maybe over-engineered, like it tries to be too clever and ends up overbuilding and causing bugs.
Ah. So you still need a human to check for stability, refine it.
Absolutely. Human oversight is still crucial, especially for making sure it's robust and maintainable.
Okay. And interestingly, you mentioned while it's great at coding, its writing is maybe less impressive.
Yeah, that's a point of contention. Some sources praise it, saying it's the best writing from ChatGPT yet, better cadence. But others are quite critical, calling it not a great writer, especially business writing, described as kind of generic LinkedIn slop style.
LinkedIn slop, okay.
And maybe less good at capturing the user's actual tone compared to older models like GPT 4.5 or even competitors like DeepSeek.
Huh. That's a really interesting contrast. Master coder, mediocre business writer.
It seems like a potential trade-off, or maybe just different areas of focus in the training.
So, okay. Incredible advances, especially in code, but this undercurrent of skepticism, even disappointment from some users. What's causing that disconnect? Why isn't everyone blown away?
Yeah, this brings us back to that fundamental question. What is GPT-5? Or maybe, what isn't it?
Right. Is it AGI?
Sam Altman himself says no. Not by most definitions. A key missing piece is the ability to continuously learn after it's deployed.
So it doesn't just keep getting smarter on its own out in the world.
No, it needs to be retrained. And there's still this feeling among some researchers, that maybe large language models, LLMs, aren't the final path to AGI anyway.
That we might need different approaches altogether.
Possibly. Alternative architectures might be required for the next really big leap.
Okay, so it's not AGI. What about other more practical limits? Things that affect it day to day?
Well, the sheer computational cost is huge.
Right, these things need massive resources.
Exactly. Chips, data centers. It's incredibly expensive. Some folks on Reddit are even suggesting AI companies might be losing money right now.
Really?
Yeah, and that progress isn't maybe as exponential as it felt back in, say, 2022. It might be more linear, needing more and more resources for smaller gains.
In the knowledge cutoff issue, is that still a thing?
Oh, yes. It's trained on data up to a certain point. It doesn't know what happened yesterday unless it's retrained.
So it's not reading the news in real time?
Definitely not. And it also has no memory between sessions, intrinsically.
Meaning you have to explain everything again each time.
Pretty much. If you're working on a huge code base or a complex project, you have to re-onboard it with the context every single time you start a new chat. That can be tedious.
So for the average user then, what's the feeling? Is it a definite upgrade or is it more? Meh.
It really seems like a mixed bag. You look at places like Reddit and you see a lot of disappointment.
People calling it horrible, broken.
Yeah, even a downgrade. Some are even claiming hallucinations got worse, not better.
Worse? How could that happen?
It's hard to say. Maybe changes in alignment, or maybe it's just expectations were sky high. There's even a theory floating around that maybe ChatGPT-5 is just a rebrand of GPT-4o, the previous model, for marketing. No big architectural change.
A rebrand. Wow, that's quite cynical.
It is. But then on the flip side, you have early access users saying it rarely screws up It's competent or occasionally impressive.
So, totally different experiences. Why?
It might come down to this prompting paradox.
Prompting paradox.
Yeah. Casual use, asking simple questions, is easier than ever. But getting really accurate, complex work out of it, that apparently takes much clearer instructions, more detailed prompts.
Ah, so the better it gets, the better you need to be at asking.
Kinda. It's easy to get an answer, but getting the right answer for complex stuff requires more effort from the user.
Interesting. And what about the emotional side, the sycophancy issue, the AI being too agreeable?
Right. OpenAI actually acknowledged that older models were maybe too much of a yes man.
Trying too hard to please.
Exactly. So GPT-5 is apparently designed to be less effusive, to offer more critical feedback sometimes.
Okay, potentially more useful, but
But some users actually miss the old way. They found the supportive, encouraging tone helpful even for, like, their mental well-being.
huh. So dialing back the friendliness had an unexpected downside for some.
It seems so. It's a subtle shift in that human-AI relationship.
And one more thing on the user side are the differences between models getting smaller.
That's another trend people are noticing, this idea of diminishing differentiation. The gap between the very best model and the next few might be shrinking.
So it's less about one being universally best.
Yeah, maybe more about which one is best for your specific task. And open source models are catching up too, which gives users more options outside the big companies.
Okay, so given all this, it's not AGI, it has real limits, user experience is mixed. Where does this leave the bigger societal chats? The ethics?
Those remain absolutely critical. Take bias, for instance.
Still baked in from the training data.
It's a persistent risk. If the data links jobs to genders unfairly, the AI might replicate that bias. Constant auditing is needed.
And privacy, especially if it's accessing email and calendars now.
Huge concern. Robust security, encryption, clear policies, they're non-negotiable. Transparency is also key.
Like telling people when AI was involved.
Exactly, especially for professionals using it in their work. Being upfront about AI's role builds trust. These aren't just tech problems, they're about fairness, trust, integrity.
So it's not a magic fix. It needs ongoing work, careful oversight. What's the plan then? How do we mitigate these issues while still moving forward?
Well, the direction seems clear towards more autonomous AI agents.
Agents again, like the coding ones, but for more things.
Exactly. Agents that can handle complex workflows, automate more tasks. GPT-5 is seen as leading this charge, thinking with tools, building tools. Some call it the Stone Age for agents.
A foundational period.
Right. And solutions involve things like new algorithms, transfer learning, multitask learning to make models more flexible. But, crucially,
Human oversight.
yes, human-in-the-loop systems are essential. Keeping people involved for review and critical decisions, plus improving the training data, making it diverse, filtering out bias and bad info.
And understanding why it makes decisions.
That's explainable AI, or XAI. Developing tools so we're not just dealing with a black box. And exploring things like automatic content review, too.
So it really sounds like the main theme is adaptation. The tech adapts, and we have to adapt too.
Absolutely. We're seeing constant improvement, even if it feels incremental sometimes. And the rise of competitive open models changes the whole landscape.
Giving users more choice, more power maybe.
Could be. And institutions have to adapt too. Think about education.
How so?
Well, GPT-5 offers a free, personalized tutor, basically, a research assistant available 24/7. How do traditional schools and assessments keep up with that? It makes old structures seem potentially out of step with reality.
That's a massive challenge for educators. And what about jobs?
Altman himself has said, some jobs will likely disappear. He thinks young people are usually best at adapting.
But it raises concerns for older workers, naturally.
Of course, it's a major transition.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. The impressive stuff in GPT-5 coding, reasoning, but also the real challenges, the user frustrations, the costs, the ethics.
It's definitely not a simple story.
No. But hopefully, understanding this more nuanced picture helps you use these tools better, navigate what's coming with clearer eyes.
And maybe, zooming out just a bit, it leaves us with a really interesting question to ponder.
Go on.
As these AI models get so good at expert tasks, as they even start to develop distinct personalities, what does intelligence even mean to us anymore?
Good question.
And maybe more importantly, as we integrate these tools deeper into our lives, our work, even rely on them for emotional support sometimes, what kind of relationship do we actually want with them?
Right. How much support should we expect or even desire from something that isn't human.
Exactly. Something to think about as we all figure out how to live with these increasingly capable machines.